Viewers like you make this program possible.
For the first time in recorded gaming history, folks are asking, where is EA? More specifically, where is Iron Man? In 2022, EA, the masters of repackaging games about hitting, throwing, or smacking balls, scored a lucrative deal with Marvel to make a handful of superhero games based on the Mickey Mouse repertoire. Alas, corporate politics might be deadlier to the Golden Avenger than any madman in a suit of armor, or mystical force beyond mortal understanding. You see, a sister game to Iron Man, Black Panther, was deemed DOA after EA cleaved their subsidiary Cliffhanger Games into 1 trillion pieces. The reasoning for this was to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. In layman's terms, we need to get the next 7 skate games ready for TikTok clip B-roll. Luckily for old Chillhead, he hasn't met the Huntsman's axe yet, but we've seen literally nothing thus far, man. The initial announcement in 2022 describes the Iron Man project as a third-person action-adventure game. Pretty broad, but okay. The person heading the title is Olivier Prue, who has a gold-fleckled resume. Games like Guardians of the Galaxy, an underrated gem if there ever was one, are nothing to sneeze at. Then, nothing. Sure, there's some PR bubble harkening back to Tony's storied history in the comics, yada yada genius, yada yada creative, but there's no gameplay, no cutscenes, no teasers beyond a single snapshot. Come February 2023 in the shadowy annals of Reddit, we got an AMA update, where a talking head let us know the game had begun production. Months later in October, a few nuggets of information came forth. A council of Iron Man fans had been assembled. We also learned that their engine of choice is Unreal 5, which at this point is now outdated. Good omen. Again, no new images concerning the game unless this swanky gentleman here is Tony Stark in disguise. Fast forward to 2025, a couple years later, we have no new trailer, no screenshots, and no game. We do, however, have more confirmations that, by God, something is coming. But that was in 2025. We're now in 2026. Needless to say, there's no game. What gives? I personally believe the answer can be found in another cancelled Iron Man game title developed by Avalanche Studios, the folks responsible for the Just Cause series. Over the course of development, they described in large budgets and a Mickey Mouse concerned with perfection, far surpassing the means that the studio had available at the time. It makes sense within the context of the games industry proverbially sinking. Think about it. Beyond the Arkham series and a helping of Spider-Man games, the broader superhero gaming subgenre, if it could even be called that with a hint of sincerity, was marred with non-stop flops, one of which I'm playing right now. So it comes as no surprise, Avalanche wanted to play things relatively safe and take their cues from the aforementioned Arkham games, going as far as emphasizing melee combat via throwing enemies through walls. Now, this is not inaccurate by any means. Iron Man grapples with enemies all the time, but Chillhead's combat style lends itself more to aerial attacks and a range of motion that would share more of a mech than a dude in a rubber Halloween mask. The game met the Huntsman's axe and never saw the light of day. Nonetheless, it gives a faint hint of what EA's Iron Man could have been, or could be. It may not be cancelled after all. And the hint in question is a weird mix of Just Cause-esque flight mechanics and destructible objects, coupled with Arkham's combat. Though it begs the question, what exactly is holding EA back if Avalanche Studios, developers short-staffed by 80, accomplished so much in 2 years? This is complete conjecture, but if I had to guess, it comes down to balancing Iron Man himself. When Tony's in the armor, he can take a licking and keep on ticking. Other armored or superpowered foes give him trouble, but goons with more worldly weaponry aren't really dragging him down. It's in many ways similar to the paradox of a Superman game. When one is dealing with a character so powerful, how do you appropriately scale the difficulty without launching bullet sponge baddies at the player? One obvious solution stands out to me. Draw inspiration from the comic. The major balancing, particularly in early Iron Man comics, is his need to recharge after exerting himself too much. I think this same logic could be applied to an Iron Man game. Power attacks, lifting or destroying heavy armaments, and one-shot decapitation strikes on stronger enemies all consume power. If the suit runs out of juice, Tony croaks. To regain power, perhaps Iron Man has to siphon off power from defeated foes or vehicles, leaving him defenseless for a few precious seconds. Leaning on the mythos is key, and one could only hope this ever-elusive Iron Man game is doing just that.
Viewers like you make this program possible.